Hello YouTube, this is MPD News. I'm T, and today we're going to be discussing the number one thing that you should do when the narcissist smears your name. So I've already talked about how the narcissist turns against you, why they turn against you, and that is in a previous video that I have. So if you have not watched it, then go ahead and watch that. But as a little reminder, they do that for control and to make everybody think that you're the bad one, they're the good one. So what they're doing is they have so much to be afraid of getting revealed about themselves that they redirect that attention elsewhere. And so they redirect the negative attention onto you because they know they have so many things going on with them and so many negative things about them that if the attention is on them, of course it's going to be revealed. So they redirect that attention and everybody looks at you and they end up thinking that you're the bad one. But anyway, the number one thing that you should do is basically, if you know what it is that the narcissist is saying about you that is negative, you want to do the opposite of what they're saying. So if you are seen as somebody that is very selfish or disrespectful or mean, or you're not dependable, and the narcissist has told everybody these things, then instead of showing selfishness, you're going to be altruistic. Instead of showing disrespectfulness, you're going to be respectful. Instead of being mean, you're going to be nice. Instead of not being dependable, you're going to be dependable. Now, a lot of things that the narcissists say are lies. So they'll say these things about you, and then they kind of put you in this mental state to where you feel like you're going crazy to the point where you end up doing these exact things that they accuse you of. So what you want to do is you kind of want to calm your mind and kind of think about the reaction or the response that you're going to make and then act accordingly. So you don't want to, out of anger and resentment, you don't want to go out and start lashing out and start being very, disrespectful. And it's hard not to, because all these things that they've done to you, it's like you have a right to be angry. Now, they basically do all these things. They kind of get you all crazy in the head, and then they start talking about you to other people. They do this so that by the time this smear campaign comes or everyone turns against you, by this time you're so crazy, you're so angry, and you're so resentful to the fact that you do react based off of the mental state that you're in. So you kind of want to take a step back, and especially if you already know that they're a narcissist, take a step back and realize this person has a psychological issue going on right now, and nothing that I did is my fault that this person did any of these things to me. I'm not a bad person. I'm not a narcissist. They did all these things to me, so I have a right to be upset, and I'm going to stand up tall and keep my head up and, shoulders up. And I'm going to approach the situation in an adult-like manner, because what they do is they try and play these little childlike games when they start this smear campaign. And so basically they're going to go out and talk bad about you, get everybody on their side so that they can have more of the power. And usually, that's what kids do when they're on the playground and when, they're hanging out with a bunch of friends and they're mad at somebody. They go around and tell everybody, hey, this person did this to me, be mad at them, don't look at them, don't talk to them, be on my side. And then they isolate that other person. So what you're going to do is you're going to not react. You're going to do the opposite of what the narcissist is calling you to be towards to other people. And I have a good example, because I was also in a situation like this, and I ended up doing the opposite. And now I am basically seeing the success in being silent and not reacting or responding to the smear campaign. And I know she said so many things about me. She's probably said that I was very, disrespectful, and I don't know of anything else that she would have said about me, but I didn't take on that role. I basically decided that I was going to study a little bit more about this, understand the mentality of this, and I'm going to strategize and plan and think of the best way to respond or react to the situation. And so what I did is I didn't say anything. I never reacted. I didn't lash out. I didn't try and defend myself. And this is from watching lots of videos and then deciding that no matter, from in the past, no matter what I did, no matter how many times I defended myself, nobody wanted to believe me. And so you're kind of just going to have to allow people to see things for themselves. And you can't change people. People will, change on their own. Just like you kind of change on your own and notice how the narcissist was, or what type of person this narcissist was. And so, again, I didn't say anything. I didn't do anything. I continued to give gifts, and I didn't lash out. I didn't ask why everyone was acting the way they were. I continued to smile, and then I left. And so we'll fast forward 2 months later, and now I'm hearing all types of things about people who are around that narcissist that didn't believe me. I guess they're now starting to see how the narcissist is. The mask is starting to fall off. And when you take yourself out of the situation, they have to find somebody else to target because they need that narcissistic supply. So they have to find somebody else, and inevitably that person that they target is going to end up seeing who the narcissist really is. And so you're going to have to take a step back, and you're going to have to let things play out on their own. Usually what's in the dark comes to the light, and lies, usually they will end up being uncovered, even if it takes months or if it takes years. But let that time happen. Be patient. Continue to be you, to live happy and be healthy, and let time do the talking. Let your actions do the talking. Let you not reacting and not responding do the talking, because your actions, of course, this is said many times, but your actions speak louder than your words. And so when you don't say anything and you walk away and you like a mature adult, everyone's going to start to see how childlike and how petty the narcissist is. Because I'm sure once you leave without having said anything, and with your dignity and your integrity, once you leave with all that out the door, people are going to see that, and then they're going to look at the narcissist, and what is the narcissist going to be doing? They're going to be talking bad about you. They're going to continue to demonize you. So everyone's going to be able to see that. And those that don't want to see that, usually there are some things underneath it. Sometimes they could also be narcissists, and they pretty much live for that drama. They could also be toxic, which toxic people also live for that drama. They're just chaotic and they love the chaos. So they'd rather continue to live in a lie than to live in the truth. And you don't want to be around people like that. So if also there's another ones, if they aren't narcissistic or they're not toxic, then they could just be flat out naive, and they have no idea what's happening. And so again, when you take yourself out of the situation, you never know. That person that was naive and has no idea what's going on, and you don't even know this person or barely know them, they will possibly become the target. And then once they get that narcissistic abuse, next thing you know, they'll see that and they'll start pulling away. And then guess who's going to be the new person that has that smear campaign? It's going to be the person it's going to be that new target. So that is all that I have for today. I think this is really, really important because a lot of people want to defend themselves, and it's very common for you to do that, and it's understandable to do that. But a lot of people want to, put their foot down and say, hey, you're not going to treat me this way. You're not going to talk to me this way. And this person is lying. And you guys are not going to try and frame me and make me the victor, because I'm the victim and I was the one that was abused. I know you're going to want to do that, and it's hard not to want to. But at this time, this is a lesson, and it's teaching you how to not give a fuck what other people think about you, and how to not react to or respond to what other people are thinking and saying, because inevitably anybody in the world, no matter how good you are, somebody's going to have something to say about you. So this is a part of learning how to let go. So my email is healahpsych615@gmail.com. Go ahead, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Again, it is healipsych695@gmail.com. So if you have any stories at all or any success stories, you can go ahead and email me and I will gladly share your story. This is T. It's MPD News.